Hi Capricorns and cross watchers, welcome back to my channel where I am your girl, the Hyphy healer, your favorite vibes silly. Hey, let me get a little sip. All right, Caps. If you are a brand new Cap and you've never seen me before, just like I said, I am your girl, the Hyphy healer, your favorite vibes dealer, and around here in East Oakland, I sling tarot cards, okay? I do sling the tarot cards and I be all in y'all business. Now, luckily for you, I deliver it with a little kiki and a little joyous in my heart. But I do require that you use discernment, and this is a place of reciprocity, okay? So I give a little, I take a little, you give a little, you take a little. All right, Caps. If you are a returning Capricorn, I see you back for the bullshit and shenanigans. So let's get into the tarot because, bitch, that's why we here. I feel like this is a Capricorn that's kind of getting out of your own way, right? If you were confused, if you didn't know what to do, if you didn't know what to choose, if you didn't know where to go, if you didn't know what to create, if you didn't know what job to take, if you didn't know, what your next step is, if you don't know what your next 5 to 10 year plan is, you do know now, okay? I feel like you're spending a lot of time getting clear, and I feel like, one of the reasons that you're spending a lot of time getting clear on what it is what you want is because you're becoming more balanced. You're definitely balancing out your masculine and your feminine side, right? To be able to be nurturing to yourself, but to really put it into work, right? To really bring whatever it is you're trying to manifest into fruition. Now, I feel like you may be not, you're on this, like you're getting the intuitive hits, but maybe you're not fully embracing the spiritual journey, because sometimes Capricorns, I know y'all can be really logical, and so you may not be really embracing the spiritual journey, but you are definitely using your spiritual juju. I feel like this has to do with something, if this is a cycle for you, if this is a new cycle for you, if there are repeating themes around you, you are working on that, you are working through that, you are becoming the queen of, again, self-mastery, taking care of yourself, and manifesting and bringing what you want into fruition. Now, I don't know if you have a family or this involves a family member or a group of family dynamic, not family member, family dynamic. I don't know if this is about a family dynamic, which is why you're getting out of your own head. I don't know if that's what's pushing you forward. I don't know if that's why you're leaning into taking care of yourself, or taking care of yourself physically and financially, because you're definitely not playing that. Caps don't play with the money, they don't play with the coin, okay? I really feel like this, in essence, you're just setting yourself free. And again, I don't know if you're setting yourself free from a family dynamic, from expectations. Again, this is where you would use discernment and kind of let it make it out what it is. You also can be breaking generational curses, okay? If this is not a family dynamic for you that you are doing it for, if this is not a family dynamic for you that is maybe once had you confused and once had you tied up, and you're having to release yourself from the way that it is they think, their idea system, this has to do with generational trauma, that you are generations of that you are releasing. Ooh, you are going to have to be, or you are showing up as being really fiery. You are, with the releasing, okay? Let me slow down a little bit. With the releasing of yourself, with setting yourself free, with setting your mind free, with you no longer being confused, you had to put a lot of work, or you're going to have to put a lot of work. You're going to have to be very feisty. You're going to have to be very forceful. You're going to have to be very strong-willed, for sure, in releasing yourself. Because, again, if this is the family dynamic that's trying to hold you back, or trying to get you to believe in what it is they believe, what it is they think. So this could have some like religious undertone to it. So if you are somebody who was born into a religious family and they want you to be a pastor or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You pulling back. You're not going with the flow. If this is a family who they want you to get married young, or not get some type of education or something like that, you're pulling back against their norm. All right, now you're fine with it. I don't feel like you're unsatisfied with it. I feel like you are very satisfied with where you are at. There's some things you need to learn, some things that, you know what I'm saying, you're working on. You're definitely working on them. Not only getting out of your own way, but again, this, I feel like this just has to do with family dynamics, what do you call it? A culture, a way of doing things, something that's kind of expected of you. And I feel like once you set yourself free, the tower, you gonna have a tower moment, right? The shit's gonna hit the fan. They are not gonna. I would not be surprised. I don't feel like they might tussle with you. Long story short, short story long, they might fight with you, not wanting you to go, right? They may be begging you to stay. They may be fighting for you to stay. They may be fighting for you to be the pastor. They may be, calling in interventions, right? Something along those lines of trying to get you to do something that you are not in alignment with. And you, I feel like, my dear, are using all of your physical, mental, and spiritual powers not to fall into the same trap. Okay. Again, that's why you being balanced is really going to help with a lot of this, right? It's going to help you nurture yourself and have the masculine energy to push forward. Spirit wants you to know that your body is getting messages. So ask your body for messages. Again, if this is generational trauma for you, there is trauma that gets stuck in our body when we don't address it. And there's also trauma from other lifetimes that gets stuck in our body when we don't address it, okay? And so Spirit wants you to know that they are giving you messages. You are getting messages through your body, whether they be headaches, whether they be twitches, whether they be ringing in the ears, you are getting messages through your body. They also want you to know that your diet is going to be important here. You are going to have to help them co-create by raising your vibration, by eating a little healthier food, by getting into just a little bit more alignment, so that way they can get the messages that they want to you, so that you don't always have to read a tarot reader. Ashe, amen. Spirit also wants you to expect a miracle, okay? Don't think that you don't have 100. Okay, 100 the ancestors strong, because you do. And so they are saying that please expect a miracle. They are on their way. They are trying to help with the situation. They understand that you are here clearing up a lot of generational or family trauma. So go forward fearlessly. I couldn't thank you. I couldn't have said that better, okay? So they want you to go forward fearlessly, knowing that when you're walking forward, every step of the way, Spirit is holding your hand, okay? And they're giving you confidence and courage to guide you in your thoughts and your actions. They also want you to know that if this is a family dynamic to you, like I said earlier, that your children are being watched over by angels. Not only you, I said you have 100, you know what I'm saying, 100 strong. So you got a few watching you and you got a few watching your kids. Spirit also wants you to know that this lesson has to do with you loving yourself. You pouring into your cup, you really taking care of you setting up boundaries, and you enforcing them. Ashe, amen. Thank you. So all the answers and prayers and affirmations will fully become realized in spring. I don't know where you're at. Not in spring, in winter. My apologies. It could start in spring or winter because, there's no accidents. I didn't say spring just to say spring. Where I am at in sunny California, we're entering the spring season, okay? So this year could be the year where you come into full realization that you need to get the hell on from these people. I'm not going to take that card because it didn't flip over. Yes, you could also be getting married, okay? So this could be having to do with a relationship. So if it's not just a family dynamic, specifically you and somebody else, and you're having to release this person because they have anger issues and are essentially not letting you be in your power, okay? And when this person realizes that you are setting yourself free from their bullshit and shenanigans, all hell is going to break loose, okay? Spirit also wants you to know, a little side note, be patient. They said a miracle is coming. They said to go forward fearlessly. Don't have no doubt in your heart. Have faith. They got you. But be patient. While you guys are co-creating, they're going to be working on what they're working on. You're going to work on what you're working on. And together, y'all going to come together like Captain Planet. Ashe, amen. You got to be a certain age to fuck with the kid. All right, Capricorns. I'll see you later.